In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Hello, everyone. I am Rab Nawaz. In this video, we are going to learn about the most important and interesting topic, that is the sun, moon, earth, and stars. This is Unit 11 and your book page number 146. Unit 11, the sun, moon, earth, and stars. The stars look at the night sky. Look at the night sky. The There are many stars in the sky. They look very tiny, but they are very big. They look so small because they are very far away. Dear student, look at these images. As the earth spins on its axis, it also moves around the sun. This movement is called revolution. Revolution is a movement in which an object moves around another object. The earth revolves around the sun and the moon revolves around the earth in in a fixed path called an orbit. This earth complete one orbit around the sun is approximately 365 days. 365 days. This period is called a year. The sun is a very hot star that gives the earth heat and light. Without the sun, the earth would be cold, dark, and lifeless. Students, let us more read about the sun, moon, and earth. The sun is also a star. The sun is also a star. It is much bigger than the earth. It is a huge ball of white hot gases. The sun gave us the sun gives us heat, light, and energy. The sun is the star closest to the earth. The moon. This is a picture of moon. The moon does not have its its own heat and light. It is cold and dark, and it has no air. That the star that is that in the daytime the sunlight is so bright that we cannot see the star in the sky in the daytime because they are very far away. Dear students, life is not possible on the moon because it has no air, very little water, and sunlight. According to recent discovery, and no living things can survive there. The Earth, Moon, the Earth, we live on the planet Earth. This is Earth, boys. This is a picture of Earth. It is shaped like a big ball. The Earth has air, water, and sunlight. Dear students, let us learn more facts about the sun, moon, and earth. Why? And interesting videos. Please watch.
Earth, talk about the beautiful sky. When you look at the sky in the daytime, what do you see there? We see a round, hot, huge ball of fire which is very far away from us. We all know it as the sun. What do we get from the sun? The sun gives us heat and light. If you get up early in the morning, you can see the sun rising from the east, and our day begins with the sunrise. We play, work, and study during the daytime. In the evening, the sun sets in the west. After the sunset begins the night when we sleep. Look at the sky once more, and you will find out what is there in the night. Now we can see the moon. The moon looks very beautiful. It gives us light at the night. But the moon is much smaller than the sun and not so hot and bright as the sun. And we should not forget the millions of twinkling objects we see in the sky at night. Yes, these are stars. Can we count them? No, it is not possible to count them. They look very small because they are very far away from us. Have you ever wondered where the moon and the stars hide during the daytime? We see in the morning the sun rises from the east, and evening we find it in the west before it completely disappears from our sight. Does this mean that the sun actually goes and hides somewhere? As shown in the story, even though it is hard to believe, but the fact is, it is not the sun that moves across the sky each day. It is the earth that keeps on moving like a spinning top. In the story, the demon was holding the earth and stopped it from spinning. So, what was its effect? On one side of the earth, the Indian farmer got up from the bed as it was morning, but the day didn't begin as it was still dark and there was no sunlight. On the other side, the American mother asked the kids to go to the bed to sleep in the night. But the kids were not ready as the sun continued to shine in the sky and it didn't feel like nighttime. So, how did the things come back to normal again in the story? In the story, the fairies, along with the moon, fought against the demon and defeated the demon. The earth was finally freed from the demon and the earth started rotating on its own. Things came back to normal again. As the earth turned around and started to spin, the part which faced sunlight slowly got into darkness. Like in the story, the American mother was happy that finally it was dark. Meanwhile, the opposite side of Earth, that is, the Indian village, which was in complete darkness, slowly started getting more and more sunlight, marking the beginning of day. Hence, the Indian farmer quickly started his day work. This spinning movement of Earth is called rotation. Now I'm sure you must be wondering what it has to do with day and night, correct? So let us look at this video to understand why there is day and night. You see a bright yellow ball, that is sun, on the left, and a small blue ball, that is earth, on the right. Let's zoom in to see further to see the earth closely. What do we see? Firstly, the half part of the earth is lighted and the other half is dark. The left half is lighted and it is having day. The right half is dark and it's having night. This is because the left half is facing the sun and hence it is getting light. So day is there. The right half, which is opposite side, is not getting sunlight and so it is night there. We also see that the earth is moving around itself like a top. Because of this spinning, when one half, say side A, is having morning, at the same time the opposite half, say side B, is having night. But because the earth is moving, after some time the side A goes other side to get its night and the side B comes facing sun, so it has day. And this is how we get day and night, and this cycle continues. You know, to complete a rotation, the earth takes 24 hours. Tell me, how many hours are there in a day? Yes, it's 24 hours. So we see it's the rotation of earth that causes day and night. This is exactly what happened in the story. On one side of the earth, the Indian farmer was sleeping through the night. Meanwhile, on the other side, the American kids were playing during the daytime. Slowly, it became day in India while it became night in America. Other than rotation, the earth also has another movement. As we saw in the story, not only the earth rotates, but it also moves around the sun in a fixed path. This fixed path on which earth moves around the sun is called orbit, and this movement of earth is called revolution of the earth. That is, earth is revolving around the sun. Now let's talk about the moon. Have you noticed? The moon doesn't look the same every day. Sometimes it looks round, sometimes it's like a half round, sometimes only a thin line, and sometimes it completely disappears from the sky. So, how does the moon shine so brightly? As we saw in the story, the moon does not have its own light. We see it because of the sunlight falling on it. It means moon shines by the light of the sun. We can see only that part of the moon which gets the sunlight. Does the moon stay at one place only? No. As we saw in the story, like Earth, the moon also keeps spinning like a top. One more thing about the moon is, just like the Earth moves around the sun, the moon moves around the Earth. What path does the moon take to move around the Earth? The moon travels around the Earth in a circular path. This is called its orbit. The moon looks very beautiful from the Earth, but you know, if we watch it very closely, the surface of moon is not smooth. In fact, the moon has many mountains on its surface like our Earth. It also has pits or big holes called craters.
Dear student, your homework is read, write this lesson at home. Allah Hafiz.